Alright, what's up everybody? This is Draco.
And this is Ghost again.
And we're playing Dungeon Defenders, which is an XBLA title for Xbox 360. And it's a tower defense strategy type, also with a little hack and slash element in it. So
I know Draco has kind of also played the shit out of this game.
yes.
I have not played it at all, so you kind of get two perspectives on it.
Yep. I play this a lot. Although by all accounts the PC version of this game is way better, has more content, a lot more items, and a lot better things you could do with it, and has more support.
Really?
So I would suggest anybody who wants to play this, play it on PC. Although the Xbox 360 version is awesome and very addicting. So let's check it out. We'll play local. So I've got a bunch of characters here, and basically I have them separated into offensive and defensive types. Since it's tower defense, I usually set down the defensive units with my defensive characters. So Chuck here is
So I
defensive
press start.
squire.
So this is up to 4 players co-op, or
Yes. So
Alright, so
here,
tell me a
since
little
your
bit about
first
this.
Alright, so the apprentice,
is eager to delve deeper into the
they give a brief description of each of them anyways. Basically, the apprentice is more kind of offensive oriented because his defenses kind of suck. They're all
Okay.
elementally oriented, and enemies with elemental resistances spawn in, and so they'll just walk right past your elemental defenses if you
so
have
this is like a pure offense, dude.
pretty much, yeah. And Squire is more defensive type, but can also be offensive.
Man, he's got no pants on.
He also has no pants. So, ladies, Squire. Huntress, she's a very good character. Probably the most broken character on Xbox because she can have really high attack power at range very fast. And her defenses are good, but you have to repair them a lot, which we'll cover that in
She's got a
actual
booty,
combat.
too.
And she also has a booty. So that's a plus. The monk, he's kind of a mix of character, really. He's very good. He can be good offensively, but he's probably the best support character there is.
Oh, so there's
he-
support.
Yes, he uses support type stuff.
Oh, alright. So, I mean, what do you recommend me first time playing?
I would say a Squire.
Squire?
Yeah,
Alright.
easiest to play.
Of course, the guy with no pants.
Mhm.
I
Although
don't care
you-
what color I am.
Yeah. You can
I
edit
don't want to
his
be
name.
laddie. It's Ghost, all caps up in here.
All caps.
All capital letters.
So rude.
I'm rude like that. Level
So-
0.
So you got a level 0 character. Awesome.
So
So we'll start.
I'm
this.
gonna have to carry your level 70, right? That's how
Yes.
it works.
My level capped fucking gear grinded Squire. You are gonna have to. carry him.
Campaigns and challenges.
So first off here, this is the
Wow.
the tavern.
Tavern, huh?
So right trigger is your attack. You can go hit the dummies if you want.
Where? What is this arrow?
That's just like if you're on a map and you want people to see whatever you're looking at.
Oh.
All the stuff that you do in the game, like different little accomplishments and stuff, will show up in the form of trophies. And they'll show up in your tavern so everybody can see them. You can also change your crystal. I have mine set to the awesome looking skull.
What do you
can
mean
change it to-
crystal? Like, what do crystals do?
This giant skull thing here is
Yeah.
actually a crystal. And
Okay.
your mission is to protect your Eternia crystals when you go to any given level. So it,
Disrespecting.
yes, you were disrespecting the skull. So I turned mine into a skull. You can turn it into other stuff too, but that's it. Also, this is the trophy you get for doing everything in the game. Pretty proud of that. It took me a long time, and me and this other guy online had to work pretty hard at getting it.
I'm gonna slice it up.
And then, you know, there's all these trophies around here. That's all the stuff, all the other stuff
I mean,
you
that's
can
all
do.
this food. Oh, you got hella trophies.
So then there's, oh, I guess since we're at it, I'll show you a little secret. You actually can't go in this room, but you can, once you beat the game on whatever difficulty,
Mm-hmm.
you get a secret room. and it will unlock it. And only I can go in here because it's my tavern.
I'm in here too.
Except you can go in here too now. But I guess if you're online, other people can't. You get like a little security camera. You can access your stash again.
Oh, these dudes are exercising down here.
And yeah, there's some.
That's a
local
really
stuff.
small giraffe.
Yeah. It's just like my pet that you see floating on next to my head here. So,
Why do you got
a giraffe on a
pictures of-
treadmill.
is these like the devs?
I assume so.
Just pictures
trendy
of random
team.
men.
Yeah. Little fan service to
Boombox change the
themselves.
tune.
Alright, so basically this is my stash. Mana cap is 15 million. There's an achievement for getting 15 million. And you can spend way more than that in this game. Item box. You can carry up to 10 pages of items, and there are 12 items per page. If you receive a set drop at the max item limit, then you will get an extra page for a little while. Alright, so that's the tavern.
Why is this HD TV in black and white?
I know, right?
Tavern. So this is kind of like your like base or whatever.
Yeah. And there's also a shop. Like, you can talk to this tavern dude, and from him you can see, like, you can buy weapons, or, you know, if you wanted stuff, you know, different types of items and whatnot. You can access your item box, you know, in this. So you actually have a level up, so you can go to your hero info, and you can do your level up.
Me? I have a level up?
Yes.
How do I
level
go to my
0.
hero thing?
Okay, so the easiest way to do it when you're out, I think, is select. Yeah. And you can distribute 1 point. Ooh, gross.
Can you like reset these later or no?
Yes.
Oh,
Once you get to max level, you can respec your character.
so hero is like stats for me, and towers is that like?
That's your defensive stats.
Oh.
So, brief breakdown here.
Sure.
Hero stats apply to your character. So,
Mhm.
for this guy, since he's my main defensive dude, it's all my equipment, right? So, you know, health is health. Obviously, attack power kind of doesn't make a great difference later on. Let's see, speed makes a huge difference for your hero. Maybe not so much for the squire because he's a slow-based character. And then casting rate. That's probably the best hero stat for anybody, I guess, because it affects how long it takes you to cast stuff during battle, how long it takes to repair stuff, and you'll see that when we get into combat, what I mean by that. For higher difficulties like Nightmare Mode, when you have a limited time to cast stuff and you end up setting up defenses during the combat phase, which we'll touch on that later on. But basically that stat makes a huge difference. Then you got your 2 ability stats. So Circular Sight sucks balls, don't worry about it. Blood Rage is awesome, and you don't have that yet because you're not level 20, and you get unlock Circular Slice at level 5. Right. So the defensive stats, there's all the different appropriate ones. Like you said, for the breakdown here, you get, let's see, you can max out 4 stats and then distribute
It's kind of self-explanatory. Like, what's the
16,
max I can pump into these?
70.
70? Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, every stat maxes out at 70, which I was trying to explain is you can max 4 stats out and then add 16 points to another stat at max level, and that's what you use to respec. Okay, so that being said, you can level up your equipment, right? You can only do it at a gearbox or an item box. You can't actually do it in combat per se. So like I wanted to upgrade something, like this is already max level, this is already max level, yeah, these are all max level. So the only thing I have to upgrade is a giraffe, but I'm not going to be able to because it's hella expensive. Anyways, so you hold right trigger and then you dump mana into it, and when you fill it all the way up, you gain a level on that item, and then you can add and you contribute points to whatever stats you want. Okay. So mana is everything in this game. You're probably wondering, well, do I use mana to cast stuff? Yes, you do. You also use it for money. Okay, so hero mana refers to the maximum amount of mana that you can carry in combat and use. At max level, for every character, it's 1420, and it increases every level by a set amount. So let's go to mission setup here. For the missions and everything, there's campaign, obviously. There's the last boss.
Is campaign like the story?
Yes.
Okay.
So you go through. There's 4 difficulties: easy, medium, hard, insane. Then there's also Glitterhelm Caverns, a bonus level. Also, if you play through the game, you'll be grinding that level for gear a lot. There's DLC. I've not beaten this on insane, and it can be tough. They introduce a new enemy, spiders, which attack your defenses a lot, and are very annoying. Then there's also challenges. Challenges, basically, it's a rush against time, or it's a rush to do something a certain way. So, for example, wizardry. Wizardry. Well, you know what? It'll probably be better to do a mission really quick. Here, I'll show you.
Sure.
And then you'll be able to understand the challenges a little bit better. So let's pick a level, any level. We'll do it.
Whatever you think. These mean nothing to me.
Damn, cold-hearted. Let's do a boss. We'll do the alchemy laboratory. We'll do it on medium.
Let go.
You'll probably level up a shitload, but we'll see. So it starts out. There's 2 phases. There's a build phase and a combat phase.
So we gotta protect this thing, right? That's the
Yes.
okay. Build phase. What does this mean?
Build phase. It means that we gotta build our defenses. So usually how you do this online is you have one person who has a really buffed up defensive character set up all the defenses, and one person with a buffed up offensive character just chill and then go kill stuff when the time's right.
Yeah.
So to open up your build menu, press right bumper and you go to summon defenses, press A. And then yeah, use your left stick to select it. And then if you want to build a unit,
I have one.
yeah.
Oh, I see.
And then you can place it wherever you want.
Guess my defenses don't matter that much.
No, they don't. Not at all. Not right now. So, okay. So you have a certain number of build units, like a total amount that you can build, right?
Right.
Each of these defenses has a number of units they consume when you cast it, and an amount of mana that it takes to cast it. So you gotta have enough mana and make sure it doesn't go over the maximum amount of build units you have. So that's the long and the short of that. So what I'm going to do is basically just set up some bumpers here, just so nothing can walk into our crystal without going through them. So right now our crystal is completely protected from enemies.
Sweet.
I'll swap out heroes real quick to my hunter.
Oh, you can switch characters like that?
Yes. You can make up to 8 characters, by the way. So then when you're ready, when everybody's cast everything they can, just press X on the crystal. And it readies up, and it starts a time limit if there's anybody else in there. So they can't just
Combat
AFK.
phase. Oh, I see.
And then enemies come in.
So the first phase you just build stuff. Second phase you go kill shit. Oh shit. I'm gonna follow you.
Probably won't have much left to hold you.
Slice them up, slice and dice. So exciting.
Yeah, so that's actually the fun part about this game, I think, is the hack and slash element, where it's not just tower defense, because if it was, I probably wouldn't play it. But you can go around and, like, you know, in my case, I'm a huntress, so I'm going to be shooting the shit out of stuff. And,
So what are these like crystals and things that end up on the ground? Is that like loot?
that is mana.
Oh,
One cool thing you can do, like I'm going to do right now, is drop all the mana I got on this guy, and then switch over to my defensive character during the build phase, and pick it up. Huzzah. Now in later waves, these treasure chests will actually drop items. Like right over here. See how a little arrow came up? There's an item there. And you can pick it up and equip it. There's more items here too,
Running.
swords and stuff even. Fancy.
How do I go to my inventory?
In order to access your inventory, you have to go to this thing, the Defender's Forge,
Oh, okay.
and you can only access it during the build phase. So, if you want to look at your character, press select at any time.
Oh, gotcha.
Since you don't have any equipment equipped, actually, go up to the item and press Y, and you'll equip it if you can.
Oh, auto equip.
Yeah. Easy way to tell if an equipment's good for you is if the box around it that highlights it or whatever
Uh-huh.
is green, then it's better.
Has a
Or if
thumbs
it has
up?
a thumbs up. Now, like you're looking at right now, that's way better than nothing.
How the hell do I equip it?
So you equip it by
Give to
press
hero?
Y. Yeah,
Oh.
give to a hero.
Gotcha. And then now it's equipped. Sweet.
Yep.
This pink ass sword. Look how badass I am.
Alright, so this setup I'm about to use will actually make it so you don't have to do anything.
I like doing nothing.
So basically you want to find out an effective way to mix up your defenses. Squire characters get abused a lot online, I'll tell you that. Because they have really good defenses. Just straight up. Like bowling balls, like really can lock down these hallways. Like you don't have to worry about them, you know. And they actually, you don't have to repair them that much, and they can take hits. So they're kind of broken as compared to like, say like a Huntress or something, you know,
Yeah.
where you have to keep. Well, I'll show you some Huntress traps once I get this basic defense set up here, so that I don't have to do anything. But like Huntress traps have a set duration and a number of uses. Okay, so like for the Huntress here, she has like a bunch of mines. Okay.
Yep.
Proximity mine is proximity mine. Go figure. Gas trap, inferno traps. Each of these traps have a set number of uses per se. So say we put a gas trap over here. It can be set off 19 times. And even you can go up to it and press X and it'll show all the stats on it. So those are pretty cool. And you can also sell the stuff that you made. Like if you put something down and you're like, oh crap, I didn't want to put that down, you can just sell it really quick. So here, I'll show you the difference in stats. So like that other trap that I put down, I basically don't have anything set into my defensive stats, right?
Yeah.
Now this chick has full defensive stats, so her gas trap's going to be a little bit larger and have a little bit more effective range.
That is quite a bit larger, yeah.
And also has
23.
23.
Instead of 19. I see.
Yeah. So defensive stats play a big role in this. So I'll just set down proximity here. Alright, let's get this thing started. Go up here and press X. I also have a Blasticus, which is basically an assault rifle.
Come back, please. Hack and slash.
Okay. Quick little thing. You can't kill enemies inside that purple ring except for archers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so all those little goblins and stuff are invulnerable until they leave that purple ring.
Good to know.
Also, if you put your defenses too close to it, then enemies like this orc up here will sit there in the purple area and just beat the crap out of your defenses while they're immortal. So, I'm gonna go ahead and sell this.
Oh, I see. Come on, bowling ball.
So I'll give you a little idea of how the game works, you know.
It's kind of cool. I like that.
It can be pretty addicting and stuff.
I imagine it can get pretty intense too.
Sometimes when you're trying to balance out so many things at once. See if I can put down some auras to help us out. That's the other thing. Monks use auras, and auras degenerate over time. So as enemies walk through them, and, you know, and they actually hit them.
Oh, you have a long ass gunblade or something.
It is a gunblade actually. It just has really good defensive stats. That's all.
Yeah.
And see, since you already hit the crystal, and I'm setting up defenses, it started a time limit, which is
I see.
which is something good to know for online random groups, because
That's
it
true.
get people to just sit there and do nothing, and it gets kind of annoying. So I'm just gonna set up some, some auras,
So, I mean, how does it usually work? You'll like have a character that sets up defenses, you set them all up, and then switch to your offensive character?
Yes.
Combat phase.
And then you see that meter on the top there? It
So
says 198.
Yeah.
That's how many enemies are in a wave. Combat is separated into waves. So you see up there 5 of 7.
Yeah.
That means we got 2 more waves after this. And I have to kill 198 enemies.
So how do you level up yourself? Do you need to actually do any damage with your defenses, or can you just like chill?
Well, you level up you get experience for completing waves, you get experience for killing enemies with your defenses, and you get experience for killing your enemies with your player, obviously. So, you get experience basically for killing enemies and completing things. That's it.
So I can't be chilling next to this turret and let it kill stuff.
You can loot the items from it,
Okay.
but if you want to actually level up your character, you would need to actually kill stuff.
Gotcha.
But you still get a substantial amount of experience for completing stuff. So
For the waves, yeah.
yeah. So if you had like, one thing you can do though is set up defenses with one character and then switch to another one that's like unleveled.
I see.
And then
You
you'll
can
get
just
all
chill
the-
next to it.
Yeah. And then you'll get all the experience from all the traps.
Wow, these guys are normally pretty tough, huh?
Yeah.
Like if I was trying to kill it by myself,
You
that'd take
probably
forever.
would fail. This is a tough level to do, like solo early on in the game. Like if you don't have anybody helping you out trying to solo this whole game, it really kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It's a more multiplayer oriented type game. So
Slice. Prelude.
So for the Squire, his really cool thing is that you can set up harpoon turrets, which are essentially giant fucking crossbows that do lots of damage. Key is to this game is having a good setup for each level. So like, you wanna be careful where you put stuff and like, what direction it's facing and how everything's set up. Because if you do it wrong, you could really screw yourself over and lose. It's really hard to hold down a crystal when you got four streams of enemies coming at it over and over and over. So let's see. She actually has a weapon that can shoot through walls and is really just OP. And they've got some goofy ones like the Kobold Dowser.
That's a really big thing.
Yeah.
Big weapon. That you're like inside of.
it's kind of broken. I just saved it because it's a joke weapon. Well, I mean, it was not easy to get, but it's a joke to me. This is the gun that you actually get on this level for beating it on Insane.
Nice.
I forget what it's called, but I named it Skewer Shot because it can shoot through walls. That's hella broken. So essentially the idea is to set up your defenses so that enemies can't get to your crystal.
Yeah.
And, you know, then have an offensive character run around and fix it. Basic idea around the game. You know, the online element, you can have up to 4 people in a game, and the more people that are in a game, the more enemies that will spawn. So it kind of ups the difficulty a little bit, kind of, in that there's more enemies. And the setup I'm using for this level isn't that ideal, but it'll work for this, considering this is on medium. Which, as you can see, once you start getting loots for hard mode and the challenge weapons, yeah, the game's just stupid easy. That's the other thing. The challenges are very unique in that it's like one of them, for example, is an assault challenge where you have to go kill the enemy's crystals. So they have all these defenses set up and enemies sit chilling around the crystals, and you have to go destroy like 3 crystals. And their traps do a lot more damage, you have a lot less health, and you have to go and run through all these traps and stuff, you know, destroy their defenses. So it's like, you know, the tables are turned, and you get a set amount of time you have to do it in, and, you know,
You're starting up.
and, yeah.
I can see how this game would be pretty fun and addicting. I'm not really doing anything now, and it's still pretty fun.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's about collecting loot and leveling. You know, once you get to max level, you just want to get all the godly pieces, and you want to get a set of armor. Like if you get armor, that's another thing. Armor has a set type. So say like, look at this. It's a plate type armor, right? If you have all plate type armor in all 4 armor slots, then you'll get a bonus, which will add some to all of your stats, depending on how high the stat is. So like if the stat's at 2, it'll add 1, but if it's at 10, it'll add like 3 or 4. So you definitely want to have all of the same type of armor if you can help it.
That makes sense. This is pretty sweet. It'd probably be more exciting if I could set more than 1 trap. And I actually did damage.
It's a lot of fun when you actually, you know, play it. Not just somebody like carrying you, which happens a lot. People always want to get carried online. help them level up, help them get good loots. You know, and it just takes so long to play through.
Yeah, well, I can see that. It's kind of
because I mean, this is an early level and it's a really small level, you know. And look at how long we've already spent in this level. The later levels have multiple crystals and larger areas and more enemies. So and there's a lot of mana collecting. A lot of mana collecting. You're going to want to loot as much stuff as you can and just go to your bank and sell all of it. And then rinse and repeat. So you can level up your weapons and items, and that's another thing. You can name an item or a pet, or you know, once you level it up to the max level, you can name whatever it is you've leveled. It's another interesting dynamic. Pets. You get pets for, you can buy them, you can win them from bosses, you can get them for doing certain accomplishments in the game. Like, namely one pet called a giraffe, but you notice I have...
Yeah, the little baby giraffe on the treadmill.
That thing is dope to get. It's probably the best stat item pet in the game, but you have to do survival mode on any level, which is basically you fight thousands of enemies on a given level.
No.
So it's like an endurance mode.
Yeah.
But you have to get to the end of it, which it ends at 30 waves, and I did it on the second level and was getting about 30,000 enemies per wave on the last few waves. So it took me a long time. A long time. It was totally not worth it.
But you got a baby giraffe.
But, you know, I wanted the achievement and I did it, so. But it's really cool. You know, they got some cool pets in this game, I guess. Like, for beating the last level on Insane, you get an Animus, which is like, it looks like your character, basically. But it flies around and shoots arrows at people and is all evil looking and stuff. So basically, if you like RPG games where there's a lot of like grinding out for loot and money and stuff, like like an MMO kind of, then you'll love this game. This game will be right up your alley.
So I mean, the end game is just kind of grinding and getting gear and stuff to beat it on Insane or whatever.
Yep, that's exactly what the end game is. So here's a boss. Like, you beat all the waves of enemies, and on the last wave, it'll give you 15 seconds to run around and repair everything, and then the boss comes in. For this level, it's a giant demon, and what you want to do is these little things over here, like these things, there's 4 of them, there's one in each corner. You got to destroy those, and then they will electrocute the boss, which will bring it down from it flying around, and then you just, you know, beat the crap out of it. Rinse and repeat until it's dead. However, we won't need to do that.
Oh, okay.
Because this is on medium. In fact, neither one of us really probably even need to attack.
The traps will just kill us?
Yeah.
Sweet. No, not do anything.
But I'll attack him just because.
Almost got that.
See, I'm not even.
Like
I'm not even. I didn't even attack him.
Wow.
I played this game way too much. You just run around, pick up the mana. You actually got a special item for beating the boss. All the bosses award you unique items for beating them. The higher the difficulty, the better the item, generally. And, yeah, you unlocked some new abilities there. Harpoon turret, great defense. Circular slice, another great ability.
It's pretty sweet, I like those.
Yeah. So we could proceed to next level, or, you know, I can return to tavern.
The tavern, well,
The huntress.
what I've seen of it, it seems pretty fun, especially if, what's the max? You can get four players in like one kind of level, is that how it works?
Yeah.
So, it seems fun with like 4 players, it gets pretty hectic, put traps everywhere.
Oh yeah. You know, and if everybody plays as a different character, you really get a good blend of like different abilities and spells and stuff. You know, the monk has auras, and the wizard has towers, the huntress has traps, and the squire, all the squire defenses. The squire's defenses are arguably the most effective. The easiest approach to this game would be to level a squire up to 70 and make him defensively oriented,
Yeah.
and then use his defenses to level your other
Love
characters.
everything else out. That makes sense.
So that's the best way to go about it. Although you got to be careful sometimes. A friend of mine lagged out while it was saving, because every time you pick up an item and the game saves,
Yeah.
and he lagged out while it was saving, game crashed. He lost his save data, got corrupted, and he lost everything.
Snap. That's
Um,
not cool.
But we were able to re-level him
Pretty
in
quickly.
no time flat. But he still lost all the stuff. He worked really hard to upgrade.
That still sucks. Yeah, to lose your progress at all.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So
What I've seen of it, I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's a game that I might pick up on PC and play. Try to get some people to play with me.
yeah,
But I
you should try
mean,
that.
I know you played the shit out of this, and you still stand by it. It's a game you recommend, a game you like.
Yeah, I recommend it for anybody that likes tower defense games or is just kind of bored looking for a game that play for a little while and then set it down. I could come back to this, but I just spent too much time and got burnt out on it.
True, true.
But if you casual to hardcore, this is a really cool game. I recommend it.
Cool. Well, this was Dungeon Defenders. Same deal. Rate, subscribe, comment. You guys want to see anything specific? Draco's, I'm sure, gotten everything. He can show you anything. So anything you guys want to see, your thoughts, whatever, let us know.
Yeah. Comment, post. Let us know what you think. Thanks for watching.
All right. Later.
Peace.